The polls have been coming in quite fast and furious this week. Most of them are telling the same story. Hillary Clinton is getting a pretty solid bounce coming out of her Philadelphia convention. Today, there was a new survey from NBC News, SurveyMonkey. It shows Clinton leading Trump 50-42. Yesterday, we also talked about a new CNN poll showing Clinton beating Trump 52-43. We're going to take a deeper dive now into these numbers with our chief pollster, Ann Selzer, who joins us now from Des Moines. So, Ann, it seems pretty clear that Clinton has gotten some edge out of her convention. Let's talk about independents first. What has happened to independents in these surveys over pre- and post-convention?
Well, there's one of the things that you want a convention to do for you is to not just solidify your base, which we'll talk about in a minute, but also to bring in new people, to convince those that might have been straddling the fence to come on board and join the party. We've got two CNN polls to take a look at, one that was conducted before the Democratic convention and one conducted after, same methodology. So it gives us a really good confidence that we're looking at real change. The poll that CNN published in July showed Trump leading by 15 points. The poll published after the Democratic convention had Hillary Clinton up by 7 points. So those independents either kind of were loosely affiliated with Trump or had not really chosen a candidate yet. What they saw at the convention for now appears to have made them decide, more of them, to decide to join the Hillary Clinton camp.
And let's talk about gender. Looking at these numbers, what do you see when it comes to the breakdown between men and women?
Well, one of the other things that convention needs to do is help you shore up your base. And women who tend to vote Democratic, and then you've got the woman card, shall we say, that Hillary Clinton wanted to play up at the convention. She's up 10 points with women. She now has a strong majority of 57% saying that they are supporting Hillary Clinton. She's also up with men by 6 points. Now, she didn't pull those men over from Trump. He stayed steady, interestingly enough, in those two polls at 50%. So it was more those undecided or perhaps looking at a different party who decided they'd seen what they needed to, for now, say that Hillary Clinton is their candidate.
And before and after the conventions, Clinton obviously had an advantage with non-white voters, as Democrats do. But has that changed at all to account for any of her increase?
It has changed indeed, and it has changed in her favor. She is up 14 points with the non-white voter. That brings her to 80%. That is a stratospheric number, which must mean, by the complementary rule, that Donald Trump's number is really, really lagging. He now gets 12% of the non-white vote. That's down several percentage points for him. So that's the part of the electorate that is the fastest growing. It's the one that the Republicans talked about after 2012 as where they really needed to focus. Donald Trump is moving in the wrong direction with that group.
So, Ann, in the history of bounces, how often are they enduring and how often do they settle back down?
You know, it is so different from convention to convention, candidate to candidate. So I've been spending a lot of time thinking about Newton's laws of physics. One is, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So you would expect from a bounce that things, the elasticity is going to bring it back into some sort of main place where it's just kind of settled, kind of its homeostasis point. But I think what you've got to take a look at now, I know I'm giving a physics lecture now, is what happens with the campaigns next. You have August, where it tends to not be an active campaign month, and really things rev up after Labor Day. You'd have to think that the Clinton campaign, with the resources that it has, may think it can win this thing in August, given that they've got the resources, given that Trump is having kind of daily difficulties. I'm especially curious what the campaign tees up in August.